Hi, this is Not Too Fast here. In this video I will show you this tire pressure monitor system. It's made by a company called CACAGOO, I believe, and I got this on Amazon. Now this unit comes with a color LCD display along with 4 external tire pressure sensors. So let me go straight to unboxing this so you can see what this unit looks like. Here is the instruction manual. It's actually a very big manual. Here is the external sensor installation instruction. Here we have a sticky mat to put on your dash. This is the display unit. Here we have the tools to install the TPMS sensors. We also have the USB charging cable. And over here on the left are the 4 individual TPMS sensors. Here's a look at all the parts you get with this TPMS kit. Over here on the right, this is a tool along with these nuts that you'll be using to install these sensors onto your wheel. Now this tool here is provided to allow you to take apart each of these sensors to replace the internal battery. In case you didn't know, TPMS sensors do require a battery to power it so it can communicate with the receiving unit. Over here, this is the LCD color display, and if you look at this display, it's very nicely designed. You have a black bezel. The top and bottom is white. Now earlier when I first opened up this unit, it was already powered on, and you can manually turn on and off this unit simply by holding down the minus button right here for 6 seconds. So let me turn that on right now. Now if you want to change the brightness of the LCD display, you can use the plus and minus button at the top to adjust the brightness. So this is the brightest setting. Here's the dimmest setting. Now looking at the back, we have the USB charging port. One thing to note is that at the factory, they've already pre-programmed these sensors to the receiving unit. So when you get it, you don't have to do the programming yourself. Now with this kit, it will show you the tire pressure along with the temperature of each wheel. These sensors transmit at 433.92 megahertz, and they operate between minus 40 degrees Celsius to 105 degrees Celsius. And they can measure between 0 to 116 psi or 0 to 8 bar. If you look closely at each of these sensors, you'll see that they're stamped. This one's stamped RR for rear right. This one here is FL for front left. So you want to install these accordingly so that the display will tell you which tire is low on pressure. Let's have a closer look at the display unit. Now there is a rechargeable battery inside this unit, and with a full charge it can actually operate this unit for 2 to 3 months. The reason it can operate that long is because when it detects no movement on the sensor, the unit will actually go into sleep mode, and in sleep mode it will not receive any signal from the sensor. And of course, when it detects any vibration on the sensor, it'll wake up and start communicating with the sensors again. Also, you do have the option to manually turn the unit off completely. Let's say if you know that you won't be driving the car for a long period of time. All you need to do is press the minus button at the top for 6 seconds. Now you can change the unit of measure for the tire pressure, either in PSI or bar, and also you can change the unit of measure for the temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So first I'll press the set button in the middle for 3 seconds. So right now we're going to change the unit of measure for the tire pressure. Press the set button. Now you can use the plus and minus button to toggle between PSI and bar. I'm going to use PSI. Press the set button. Now we're going to go to the next menu. This will allow us to change the unit of measure between Celsius and Fahrenheit for the temperature. Press the set button. Now you can use a plus and minus to toggle between Fahrenheit and Celsius. I'm going to use Fahrenheit. Press the set button again. Next menu. This is the high pressure warning. So right now it's default to 44 psi. So I might change this to, say, if I want to change this to 41. Set. Next menu. This is the low pressure warning and set to 29. 29 is okay, so let me go to the next menu. This is the temperature warning, and right now the high temperature warning is 149 degrees Fahrenheit. If I want to change this, press the set button and you can go up or down. Next menu. This is the tire match setting menu. So right now, as you can see, it's on for all four corners because the sensors are already programmed into this receiver. This is the tire rotation setting to allow you to change the order of the sensors. If you want to change the order of these numbers, press the set button. Number 1 will begin flashing. Use the plus and minus button to change the number. So let's say if I move the front right tire over to the front left tire, then now this is number 2. Press the set button, and now this is 1. And you can scroll to the next one, change the number on that one if you want. And the last one is your rear right tire. Now if you go to the next menu, now we're back at the unit of measure for the tire pressure. And when you're done setting this up, press and hold the set button for 3 seconds to exit the setup mode. Now let me show you how you would go about taking apart the sensor to replace the battery inside. First, get yourself a small flathead screwdriver, and then over here on this side, stick it in the middle, and you want to carefully pry this outer ring off. Now take your tool, and you want to separate this so that one side will fit onto this end, and then the other side of the tool will be placed over here. Now what you want to do is turn it in opposite direction. And here you see the battery you can replace. To install the sensor, first remove the valve stem cap if you have one. Next thing is to put on this nut that came with the kit. Now we'll take your sensor. This is the right rear. We'll thread it on until it's tight. And to lock it in place and keep it secure, what you want to do is turn this nut back out until it's touching the back of the sensor. Take the wrench that came with this kit and use it to tighten that nut. Now repeat the same procedure for the other 3 wheels. Here I've placed a sticky mat on top of my dash right here. Now I'm going to place the display unit right on top, and this will keep it from sliding around. After turning on the display unit, the initial PSI reading will be 0. All you need to do is just drive the car around. What that'll do is that the sensor will recognize the motion of the wheel turning, and then it'll begin sending its data to this display unit, and after maybe about 20-30 seconds you'll have all 4 sensors showing the PSI reading and the temperature reading, as you see right here. To show you the low tire pressure alert on this unit, I went to my front left tire and released a lot of air. As you can see right now, it's showing 28 psi. The alert was set to 29 psi, meaning anything below 29 will give me an alert. So if you're driving along and this tire truly have low tire pressure because maybe you have a nail in the tire, this unit will be able to notify you and let you know of the problem. Well, I hope you enjoy watching the review of this CACAGOO tire pressure monitoring system. As you can see, it's very easy to adapt this to any vehicle, and with the rechargeable battery in the display unit, once you charge it up, it'll run for several months. So it's very handy. You don't need to hardwire this to your vehicle. If you want to check out this product, I will put the Amazon link in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. And don't forget to click on a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.